Good morning, my name is Steve Rennie. I am the Ren Baron, and this is my Ren Baron Learning to Fly YouTube channel. Today's video is part 2 of my flight from Henderson Field in Las Vegas, Nevada to Santa Monica, California. In part 1, we covered our engine start and our pre-flight procedures. I got my IFR clearance, we programmed the avionics, we reviewed the takeoff briefing, and then we flew that departure to our cruising altitude of 12,000 feet. Now, once you get to your cruising altitude on course, there isn't much to do except enjoy the scenery along the way. And on this particular day, the scenery was pretty darn terrific. A storm had just passed through Southern California the day before, so the mountains that surround the desert were all covered with snow. In fact, quite a bit of snow had actually fallen on the desert as well, which is a bit unusual. Now, we're going to pick up today's flight as we enter the Kimmo 3 arrival into the LAX terminal area. And then we're going to fly that tricky RNAV 21 GPS approach into the Santa Monica airport. Along the way, I'm going to try to demonstrate how I use a couple of my favorite Perspective Plus features to help manage my descents and to make sure I stay clear of all that high terrain as we fly over the mountains into the LA basin. So come along for the ride.
Cirrus 8 Foxtrot Sierra, clear direct Boget, crest Boget at and maintain 8,000.
Clear direct Boget at 8,000 and maintain 8,000, 8 Foxtrot.
Okay, so ATC has cleared us into the Kimmo 3 arrival with an altitude restriction at 8,000 at Boget. At this point, we're probably 60 to 70 miles from Boget, so now we need to plan our descent. And to do that, we're going to use the vertical navigation features built into the Garmin Perspective Plus system. It's a 3-step process that I guarantee you'll never forget if you remember this little acronym shared with me by my friend Ed Waters. It's called Build It, Bug It, and Bash It. Let me explain. To build it, the first thing we're going to need to do is select a waypoint. In this case, we're going to scroll down to Boget.
Outside radar service terminated, change to advisory frequency approved.
Once we've selected that waypoint, we're going to need to assign an altitude. So we'll enter the 8,000 that was assigned to us by ATC.
SAG 95 Papa, roger. You were doing air work or you're turning back, roger?
Now that we've built it, now we have to bug it. To do that, we're going to go down to the altitude select button and dial in 8,000 feet.
Okay, so let's set 8,000. Altitude.
Now this is an important step, and here's why. If your altitude select is not set at or below the altitude restriction, VNAV will not kick in. So with our altitude select set at 8,000, now we go to the last step, which is bash it. And that may be a little dramatic. It just means push that VNAV button and make sure that little light above it is lit.
And let's engage VNAV.
Once you've built it, bugged it, and bashed it, the system is now going to calculate a time to top of descent as well as a vertical speed target descent measured in feet per minute. That top of descent will be displayed in the VNAV profile as well as on your map, and that vertical speed target is displayed in the VNAV profile you see right above my hand.
Okay, so our V path is set. We've got 8,000 set. Here is our altitude restriction at Boget. It's up here as our VNAV reference altitude. We've got our altitude select set for 8,000, and V path is armed as you can see right here. So we're closing in. Let's see if we get that initiation.
Now to save a little time, I've fast forwarded the video up about 13 minutes right in front of our top of descent to show you what happens next. Once you're 1 minute out from your top of descent, the system will give you a verbal enunciation announcing vertical track. That's my reminder to make sure that I've set my altitude select to the vertical navigation altitude and also that I've engaged the VNAV button.
Vertical track.
There it is. Okay. So now we're all good there. In about 45 seconds we should start down for Boget. There's our top of descent noted here. Noted on the big map. Let's go zoom it in so you can see it. TOD. Go back to the flight plan. 11 seconds we should be starting down. VPATH should start flashing green here.
Southwest 498. For traffic, amend altitude, maintain 11,000.
And we are starting down here at 500.
11,000 south of
About 500 feet per minute here. Now there's a look at our Kimmo 3 arrival right here.
8,000, about the 3,000 Bravo.
See, it says expect 8,000.
And
there's our alert.
type unknown.
Bogan, then we'll hook up with the Kimmo 3 arrival. There for all the newer Cirrus pilots here. When you're in map mode, you click this charts button right here. You'll notice that what it does, it pre-selects the Kimmo 3 arrival, which is the next segment of your flight. As I get into the Kimmo 3 arrival, when I hit charts, it's going to give me the procedure at Santa Monica.
November 8 Foxtrot Sierra, no delay through 9,000. Traffic moving to your 12 o'clock, 3 miles southeastbound, 9,500 indicated, type unknown.
I'm at 9,200 right now, 8 Foxtrots here.
And November 39er uniform, you have traffic just off to your nose, half a mile. November 39er uniform, do you have the Cessna just off to your nose in sight?
That's affirmative. I have traffic in sight, 9-3.
I got the traffic in sight in front of me, 8 Foxtrots here.
November 8 Foxtrot Sierra, Reg, thank you. November 8 Foxtrot Sierra, contact SoCal approach 124.6, 24.6 today.
24.6, 8 Foxtrots here, thank you for all your help. SoCal approach Cirrus 768 Foxtrot Sierra, 8,600 descending for 8.
Maintaining VFR outer above 3,000 for Golf.
There's our bell for 200 below 8,000. There's Bogan at 8,000.
Alright, Foxtrot Sierra, fly heading a 180 vector, 2 final approach source.
Fly heading 180 vectors for final 8 Foxtrot Sierra.
One of the first things you'll notice when you're flying in the Southern California area is that the whole area is surrounded by mountains and terrain. And while those mountains might be fun to look at, they'd certainly not be very fun to land or crash into. So one of the tools I use to make sure that doesn't happen is called Vertical Situation Display, and it's another one of my favorite Garmin Perspective Plus features. You can access it through the map page, and what it does is gives you your profile over terrain and also helps you judge where the winds are at any given level of flight.
Go back to our flight plan. Let's load the approach here, which is RNAV 21. The darts in there. Minimums are 440. Let's activate vectors for final. Let's get our ATIS here. If we
have information, Echo. San Monica Airport information, Echo, 1951, Zulu observation, wind variable at 4, visibility 10, clear below 12,000. 7,000.
Descend maintain 7,000, 8 Foxtrot Sierra.
One Zulu observation, wind variable at 4, visibility 10, clear below 12,000. Temperature 13, dew point 4, altimeter 292, VOR, RNAV, visual approaches in use, landing and departing runway 21. Hazardous weather information for California coastwaters available on flight service. Business, contact you have information, Echo.
Okay, descent checklist. Oxygen not required, altimeter is set, landing light is on, fuel system is on the fullest tank, got brakes, we're good. Got heading mode. We're going vectors to final is set. All good. Let's go back to our map here. Ditch that. We don't need that anymore. Hide VSD. Go for our charts, which is now going to pull up 2-1. Our missed approach is climb 600. Right, climbing right turn. 5,000 is our missed approach altitude. Direct K-pop. 283. To Sadie and hold. Okay. Got it. Okay, so we slowed it down now, which is key on this darts approach here. They're going to jam us in there. Pointing us right at movie, actually. SoCal approach 8 Foxtrot Sierra level 7,000.
8 Foxtrot Sierra, Roger. You can expect lower in about 1 more mile. The NVA area is 7,000 right now.
You got it. Thank you so much.
Eight Foxtrot Sierra, fly heading of 170, descend and maintain 6,000.
170, descend, maintain 6,000, 8 Foxtrot Sierra. We got some flaps in there to help us keep slow. Coming up on darts here. It's going to give us a turn to the heading.
8 Foxtrot Sierra, descend and maintain 4,300.
Descend, maintain 4,300, 8 Foxtrot Sierra. Pulling a little bit more power. Got good steady speed here.
November 8 Foxtrot Sierra, you're 6 miles from movie, turn right heading of 180, maintain 3,000 till established on the final approach course, cleared RNAV runway 21 approach.
Right 180, maintain 3,000 till established, cleared for the RNAV 218 Foxtrot Sierra thing.
1,000 on the flap 2. Spirit Wings 840, SoCal departure, ready to contact, climb and maintain 13,000. Spirit Wings 840, turn right heading at 340, when able direct flap, resume the departure.
There she goes, all right, returning.
20957, SoCal.
Got the glide path early, great.
November 8 Foxtrot Sierra, contact Santa Monica Tower 120.1.
Contact Santa Monica 8 Foxtrot Sierra, thanks for your help.
November.
Santa Monica Tower, Sierra 768 Foxtrot Sierra, inbound with Echo on the RNAV 21.
Sierra 768 Foxtrot Sierra, Santa Monica Tower, report field inside 12 o'clock, 900 miles.
Got the field inside 8 Foxtrot Sierra.
November 8 Foxtrot Sierra, roger, clear visual approach.
Cleared visual approach to runway 21, 8 Foxtrot Sierra, thank you. Okay, let's get our mixture full. Flaps not all the way in yet, we'll do those in a second. Okay, we're heading home. Got our power set at 29, so we're all set. No observed traffic in front of us. I go no targets, a couple targets over Santa Monica. A little bit of power here, we're getting a little speedy. Okay, let's set 5,000 for our missed approach. Not going to need that today, but you never know. Airborne Santa Monica approaching runway 21, all right. Thousand feet above minimums, crossing over the beautiful Hillcrest Country Club, where I spent the better part of my daylight youth. Looks fantastic. And across the street, Rancho Park. Alrighty, let's keep our eyes on the road here now. Get our flaps in here. Last flaps, slowing us down here. At 29% power, we got 1 red, 3 whites. And 2 reds, 2 whites. $400 to minimums. No traffic in the area, it's in front of us.
Helicopter 5 Delta Alpha, frequency change approved, and Squawk VFR.
Squawk VFR, frequency change approved, thanks for help. 5 Delta Alpha.
$500.
Yeah, this is going to kick off autopilot.
Airspeed.
Okay, I want to thank you for joining me on today's flight. If you like what you see, I hope you'll click that thumbs up button. If you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel. And if you want a reminder, just click that bell.
Angle of attack up here.
Inbound with Echo.
Cessna 5148 Victor, Santa Monica Tower, enter right base or make a right traffic, runway 21, and say altitude.
48 Victor, we're at 3,500. Right base, runway 21.
Cessna 48 Victor, roger, wind 210 at 5, runway 21, clear to land.
Runway 21, clear to land, 48 Victor.
Yeah, let's just let her get down here. Okay, running out of power there. Alright. Not my greatest landing, but we're on the ground. Okay, let's let her, no need to cook those brakes, let's let her go all the way down here. Flaps up.
November 8 Foxtrot Sierra, contact ground.
Contacting ground 8 Foxtrot Sierra, thank you. Santa Monica ground, Cirrus 768 Foxtrot Sierra, gonna exit here at Alpha 2.
Cirrus 768 Foxtrot Sierra, Santa Monica ground, roger, and say you're parking.
Northwest parking, just a little quick left turn here.
8 Foxtrot Sierra, roger, taxi parking via Alpha.
Taxi parking via Alpha, thanks for your help guys. 8 Foxtrot Sierra.
Okay, ready?
Who's that?
YouTube subscriber.
Hey, how you doing? Beautiful day for flying.
Yes, it is. Santa Monica ground 10 Whiskey, we're going to be...
All right, folks, we're on the ground now here in beautiful Santa Monica, California. I want to thank everybody for joining me on today's flight. I'm going to be posting some great content from my trip up to Henderson with Ed Waters and Chuck Calley, so I want to thank both of them for their time. And I want to thank you folks for supporting our channel. My name is Steve Rennie. I am the Ren Baron, and this is my Ren Baron Learning to Fly YouTube channel. See you.